this is language lesson 12. So I want to show you something real quick up here at the board. So we have been talking about nouns, and nouns are people, places, and things. We have talked about compound verbs. We can have compound nouns as well. Now the thing about compound verbs is they're joined by a connecting word. Like we would have the dog. Oh, this is not going to be a nice sentence. The dog jumped and lit, that's kind of gross, and lit the child. So our verb here is jumped and lit, and that is a compound verb. Compound verbs are joined by a connecting word, and. But compound nouns are not joined by a connecting word. Compound noun are just two words that make up a noun. So a compound noun can be a compound word as well. She ate a cupcake. Cupcake is a compound word, but it is also a compound noun because it's made up of two words, cup and cake. She ate a cupcake. So that is a compound noun. But also, if we look at the next sentence, we have Pastor Moss is my pastor. So is Pastor Moss a person? So it is a noun, right? So Pastor Moss is also a compound noun because it is a noun made up of two nouns. A pastor is a thing, Moss is a person, so that also is a compound noun. So compound verbs are joined with a connecting word. Compound nouns do not need a connecting word. Cupcake, Pastor Moss. Mall of Georgia is a compound noun. Six Flags Over Georgia is a compound noun. Bookcase is a compound noun. Football is a compound noun. Compound nouns do not need connecting words. All right, so go ahead and get out your books and open them to page 29. You may pause the video while you do so. On page 29, we're going to look at Think B. And we're not going to do all of this together. This is going to be a nice graded assignment for you guys so that I can see you have a very good understanding of this. So we are going to draw a vertical line between our complete subject and our complete verb. We know about that. We are going to underline the verb 2 times. Then we're going to ask who or what and underline our simple subject 1 time. All right? So let's look at the first one. The first powerful Grecian city-state was Sparta. So what is our verb in this sentence? It's on our verb list. Was. We're going to underline was 2 times, and we're going to put our vertical line right in front of it. Was, underline it 2 times, vertical line in front of it. Now we're going to look in our complete subject and find our simple subject. Who or what was? Was the was? No. First was? No. Powerful was? No. Grecian was? No. City-state was? Yes. City-state is our simple subject that we will underline 1 time. City-state was. Look at number 2. The Spartan people thought only of war. What is our verb? Thought, underline it twice. Put a vertical line right in front of it so we can separate our predicate from our subject part of the sentence. And who or what thought? People. People is our simple subject. Underline it once. Boys were usually taken from their mothers by age 7. We have a verb phrase here. We have a verb that's on our list, on our helping verb list or state of being, and then we have something you can stand up and do. Were taken, very good. Were taken is our verb. Put your vertical line right in front of were taken. Look at the subject part of your sentence to find our simple subject. Who or what were taken? Boys. It's the only word there. Boys. So boys is our complete subject as well as our simple subject, okay? Number 4, their military education began at 7 and continued for many years. So what is our verb? It's a compound verb. I see a connecting word, and, began, and continued is our verb. Underline it twice. Put your vertical line in front of began. And who or what began? Education is our simple subject. Underline it once. And you guys are going to finish Think B on page 29. And you can actually pause the video and do that now. Complete page 29. When you're done, unpause the video. All right? So on page 30, let's look at Think A, and we're going to put a check beside the compound nouns. Remember, compound nouns do not have to have connecting words. Cupcake, compound noun. Football, compound noun. Stone Mountain Park, compound noun, okay? So the first word, snowstorm, is that a compound noun? It is. It's 2 words. They're both nouns. Number 2, Pastor Hanks, compound noun? It is. We're putting a check beside the compound nouns. A red apple. No, it is not. Lake Tahoe. It is. Put a check beside it. Number 5, an aviator. Nope, an is not a noun. Aviator is, but an isn't. Number 6, multiplication. Oh, that's something you can stand up and do. Multiplication here. We are going to do multiplication. Multiplication here is a noun, but it's not a compound noun. There's not 2 words. Number 7, Statue of Liberty. It is a compound noun. Policeman. Yes, any compound word that is a person, place, or thing, or idea is a compound noun. Number 9, the restaurant. Is the a noun? Nope. So the restaurant cannot be a compound noun. Mississippi. Nope. Now if it was Mississippi River, it would be a compound noun. But it just says Mississippi, so it's not a compound noun. Mrs. Montgomery. Yes, that is a compound noun. Acadia National Park. That is a compound noun. So those 11 and 12 should be checked. Look at Think B. It says underline all of the nouns in the following sentence. After you have underlined all the nouns, go back and circle any compound nouns. The first one is done for you. Pecos Bill invented cattle brands, lariats, and rodeos. We have 3 nouns in that sentence. 4 nouns in that sentence. Just kidding. Pecos Bill, he's a person. Underline it. Cattle brands is a thing. Underline it. Lariats are a thing, or are things. Underline them. And rodeos are things. Now we have 2 compound nouns in this sentence, so they circled them. Cattle brands and Pecos Bill. Number 2, the Cowboys admired the way Bill could ride a horse. The what? Cowboys is a noun. Underline it. Admired the what? The way. Way is a noun in this sentence. Underline it. And Bill is a person, so we know he's a noun. Underline it. Could ride a what? Horse. So horse, Bill, way, and cowboys are our nouns. There's 1 compound noun in there that we must circle. What is it? Cowboys. Very good. Pecos Bill could even ride the wildest horse on the ranch, Widowmaker. So Pecos Bill is a person, so we definitely have to underline him. Could even ride the what? The wildest? No. The what? Horse. Horse is a noun. Underline it. On the what? Ranch. And then they wrote the horse's name. So Widowmaker is a noun as well. It's a thing. It's a horse. And we have 2 compound nouns in there that we will circle. Pecos Bill and Widowmaker. Good job. The men of the ranch wished every day for a rainstorm. The what? Men. Underline it. Of the what? Ranch. Underline it. Wished every what? Day. Underline it. For a what? Rainstorm. So men, ranch, and rainstorm are our nouns. Compound noun. Rainstorm. Good job. Circle it. The dry weather soon resulted in a fire. The what? The dry? No. The weather? Yes. Underline it. Soon resulted in a what? Fire. Underline it. Any compound nouns? Nope. None at all. Number 6, the men gazed at a black funnel moving in their direction and purring like 10 million wildcats. So, my goodness, the what? Men gazed at a what? A black? No. A funnel? Yes, underline funnel. Moving in their what? Direction and purring like 10 million what? Wildcats. So you should have underlined for your nouns, men, funnel, direction, and wildcats. What do y'all think that is? It sounds like a big old tornado, don't it? So we have one compound noun in this sentence. What is it? It is wildcats. Circle wildcats. Jumping catfish, yelled Mushmouth. Pecos Bill is lassoing that cyclone. Well, they called it a cyclone. So we have some nouns in here. Jumping what? Catfish is a noun. Yelled Mushmouth, that's a person, underline it. Pecos Bill is a person, underline it. Is lassoing that what? Cyclone, underline it. And we have 3 compound nouns in this sentence: catfish, Mushmouth, and Pecos Bill. Number 8, the twister jerked the cowboy off the back of Widowmaker. So the what? Twister, underline it. Jerked the what? Cowboy, underline it, off the what? Back of who or what? Widowmaker. So your nouns are twister, cowboy, back, and widowmaker. What are our compound nouns? Widowmaker and cowboy. Bill rode the twister like a bucking bronco and returned to the ranch. So Bill is a person, underline it. He rode the what? Twister. Like a what? Like a bucking? No. Like a bronco? Yes, underline bronco. And returned to the what? Ranch. So our nouns are Bill, twister, bronco, and ranch. Any compound nouns? No. Number 10, legend says his wild ride formed the Grand Canyon and Death Valley. That's a silly legend, don't you think? So legend is an idea, so underline it. Says his wild what? His ride. Ride is actually a noun in this sentence. Formed the what? Grand Canyon and what? Death Valley. So our nouns in this sentence are legend, ride, Grand Canyon, and Death Valley. Compound nouns in this sentence is Grand Canyon and Death Valley. Very good. Write a sentence having a compound noun as your subject. Put 2 lines under your verb and 1 line under your subject. So you go ahead and you find a compound noun. Remember, compound nouns do not have to have a connecting word. So your compound noun, your subject of your sentence, it could be cupcake, or it could be football, or it could be Six Flags Over Georgia, or it could be classroom. It could be anything that is a people, place, or thing or idea that has 2 words in it. That is what your subject would be, okay? You may pause the video and write your sentence. All right, on page 31, we are going to, let me make sure I'm not going too far. Yeah, on page 31, we are going to identify our subjects and verbs. In Think A, we're going to underline the verbs 2 times and the subjects 1 time. The boy ran home after school and took his dog for a walk. We have a compound verb in this sentence. What is it? Ran and took. Underline your verbs 2 times. We're going to say our verb and ask who or what. Who or what ran and took? Boy. Boy is our subject. Underline it once. Number 2. Mother has baked some pecan pie for our dinner tomorrow. We have a verb phrase here. What is it? You're looking for a helping verb and something you can stand up and do. Has baked is our verb phrase. Who or what has baked? Mother. Very good. Mother is the subject of our sentence. Underline it once. Be sure your verbs are underlined twice. After the game, Tiffany will be visiting us. Our verb phrase, will be visiting. Good job. Underline it twice. And who or what will be visiting? Tiffany, underline it once. My friend smiled and waved at me. We have a compound verb. Smiled, waved, underline them twice. Who or what smiled and waved? Friend is your subject, underline it once. The lonely little boy loudly cried for his mother. Cried is our verb. Who or what cried? Boy, that is our subject, underline it once. The rest of this exercise you will do on your own. Take your time, use your thinker, think before you just underline something. Put some effort and you guys put some effort forth and you guys will do well. Look at, remember B. If the sentence has the correct verb form, write correct. If it has the wrong verb form, write the correct verb form in the blank. Do not add or remove those helping verbs. Our frisky puppy has went back to his bowl. Has went. Is that the correct verb form? No, it should be has what? Has gone. Today I go. I am going. Yesterday I went. I have gone. Number 2, it still holds some of the food. It still holds some of the food I had gave him earlier. Had, gave. Is that the correct verb form? No, today I give. Yesterday I gave. I am giving. I have given. Gave should be given. So write given on the line. Eagerly, Spot begun eating his leftover lunch. Is begun correct? Begun should be what? Began. Eagerly, Spot began eating. And then number 4, he will grow quickly. Will grow. Is that the correct verb form? It sure is. So you guys may go ahead and finish up page 31, think A. When you are done, I need for you to, if you are a remote student, I need page 2930. Don't tear 31 out yet today because we're going to finish that tomorrow. But after tomorrow, I will need page 31 as well to be behind your Tuesday divider in your packet to come back. If you are coming to class tomorrow, go ahead and tear out page 29 and 30 and put that in your red folder. And that is it. Y'all do good.